Hi, good morning everybody. All of you listen. The previous class we discussed from politics, Indian constitution, what is the need of Indian constitution, what are the features of Indian constitution, what are the fundamental rights, and also some more questions, then some textbook questions also we discussed. Okay, I think all of you studied very well. Then today we moving on a new chapter, that is understanding secularism. Secularism, a brief explanation or briefly we discussed in the earlier class. I mean the features of Indian constitution that we discussed. Okay. For understanding secularism, we know that secularism, that is the familiar word. Here is no official religion. It is not connected with any religion. That here used secularism. Firstly, want to write our chapter name, chapter 2, understanding secularism. Understanding secularism, here I want to discuss more details related to this topic. The introductory part, there is something. All of you look at your textbook. Imagine yourself as a Hindu or Muslim living in part of the United States of America where Christian fundamentalism is very popular. Christian fundamentalism is very popular in USA. Suppose that despite being a US citizen, no one is willing to rent their house to you. No one is ready to rent their house to you. Just imagine that. They are not ready to give their houses for rent. How would this make you feel? What is your feeling? Just you imagine. Nobody is ready to give their own house, that means the rented house. What is our feeling? Happy or sad? Sad. Okay. Would it not make you feel resentful? What if you desired to complain against this discrimination and were told to go back to India? In this situation, how can you complain? Where you give the complaint? Or are you ready to complain or go back to India? Which decision you take? Would this not make you feel angry? Your anger could take two forms. The first one, you might react by saying that Christians should get the same treatment in places where Hindus and Muslims are in a majority. Your anger could take two forms. Which is the first one? You might react by saying that Christians should get the same treatment in places where Hindus and Muslims are in a majority. This is a form of retaliation. There is no need to classification among the people, especially on the basis of religion. Or you might take the view that there should be the justice for all. You may fight stating that no one should be discriminated against on grounds of their religious practices and beliefs. Listen, here there is no classification, no need of classification among the people, especially the religious classification. This statement rests on the assumption that all forms of domination related to religion should end. This is the essence of secularism. Okay. In this chapter, you will read more about what is means in the Indian context. What is secularism? Okay, what is our views? What is our own views? Okay. History provides us with many examples of discrimination, exclusion, and persecution on the grounds of religion. Okay, our history that provide many examples. Okay, like untouchability. Okay, that type of here is many matters we already discussed. Then apartheid system, that type of here discrimination, exclusion, and persecution. Persecution means ഉപദ്രവിക്കുക, പീഡിപ്പിക്കുക. Okay, on the grounds of religion. On what basis? Basis of religion. You may have read about how Jews were persecuted in Hitler's Germany and how several millions were killed. Now, however, the Jewish state of Israel treats its own Muslim and Christian minorities quite badly. In Saudi Arabia, non-Muslims are not allowed to build a temple, a church, etc., and nor can they gather in a public place for prayers. Here is some examples. Not in our country's case, other countries. Listen, what are the examples? Okay, in Germany, there was one ruler. Who was that? Adolf Hitler, very cruel personality. Okay, he considered there is two types of people, desirables and undesirables. Somebody privileged by birth, he supported only the Nordic German Aryans, the Jewish. He considered that is useless people. That means no need that country. That is a classification among the people on the grounds of religion. That is one example. Then here is another example. What is that? The Jewish state of Israel treats its own Muslim and Christian minorities quite badly. Jewish state of Israel, there is a Muslim and Christian minorities quite badly. In case of Saudi Arabia, non-Muslims are not allowed to build a temple, church, etc. Not Muslims, there is not allowed to build a temple or churches or the public places for prayers. That is prohibited in case of Saudi Arabia. On the basis of these examples, we understood something. There is existing some supporting religion or official religion. But in case of our, here is no official religion. Okay. In all of the above examples, members of one religious community either persecute or discriminate against members of other religious communities. Here we discussed some examples. On the basis of that examples, the members of one religious community either persecute or discriminate against the members of the other religious community. There is persecuted. Persecuted means ഉപദ്രവിക്കുക. One religious community want to suffer the persecution from other religious community. These acts of discrimination take place more easily when one religion is given official recognition by the state at the expense of other religion. Clearly, no one would wish to be discriminated against because of their religion nor dominated by another religion. Listen, this act of discrimination take place more easily when one religion is given official recognition by the state at the expense of other religion. Here we explained something. Religious situation. What is the reason behind that? Because there is some official religion. They consider one religion is the most prominent. That is the problem. But in case of India, here is no official religion. Clearly, no one would wish to be discriminated against because of their religion nor dominated by another religion. In India, can the state discriminate against a citizen on the grounds of their religion? And the state discriminate on the basis of religion on the grounds of the religion? No. Here all are same. So then, what is secularism? What is our next topic? What is secularism? In the previous chapter, you read about how the Indian Constitution contains fundamental rights that protect us against state power as well as against the tyranny of the majority. In the previous chapter, we discussed Indian Constitution features. There is one feature, fundamental rights. That fundamental rights included mainly 6 rights. Okay. That fundamental rights, the people, we get protection on the basis of fundamental rights. The fundamental rights that protect us against, protect state power as well as against the tyranny of the majority. Tyranny means നിഷ്ഠൂരമായിട്ടുള്ള ദുർഭരണത്തിൽ whose majorities cruel behavior. Our fundamental right protect us from the tyranny of majority. Is it clear? Then the Indian Constitution allows individual the freedom to live by their religious beliefs. The Indian Constitution allows individual. We have freedom. We can follow our own religion. Nobody can obstruct that. We can follow our beliefs. Nobody can obstruct that. That is the speciality of Indian Constitution. Okay, because here have a religious freedom. The Indian Constitution allows individuals the freedom to live by their religious beliefs and practices as they interpret these. In keeping with this idea of the religious freedom for all, India also adopted a strategy of separating the power of the religion and the power of the state. Listen, in this context, that means religious freedom for all. Here all persons have religious freedom. India also adopted a strategy of separating the power of religion and power of the state. Secularism refers to the separation of the religion from the state. On this context, our constitution makers keep in mind what is that? Separation religion from the state. That surely want. Otherwise, our country also religious dominated country ആയിട്ട് മാറും. That's why here is we adopted secularism. Secularism means underline that separation of religion from the state. What is secularism? Separation of religion from the state. That means here is no official religion. All religion are same. Here is no need of religious prominence. Okay. Next topic. Why is it important to separate religion from the state? Here, now we just discussed religion separate from the state. That is secularism. Then here one question arises. Why is it important to separate religion from the state? For what purpose? here the religion separate from the state. We want to know about that. As discussed above, the most important aspect of secularism is its separation of religion from state power. Separation of religion from state power. That is secularism. This is important for a country to function democratically. If a country is democratic, surely there is need secularism. Otherwise, that is not a democratic country. Okay. If a country want democratic rule, there is surely need secularism. Otherwise, that is not practicable. Okay. Almost all countries of the world will have more than one religious group living in them. Almost all countries of the world, there is more than one religious group living them. Within these religious groups, there will most likely to be one group that is in a majority. Within these religious groups, there will most likely be one group that is in a majority. If this majority religious group has access to state power, okay, many countries there is a majority, one religious. That religious group dominated the power and access to state power, then it could quite easily use this power and financial resources to discriminate against and persecute persons of the other religion. The persecute persons to other religion. That will do, no doubt. If there is no secularism, it will do, surely. Okay. This tyranny of the majority could result in the discrimination. This tyranny of the majority, the cruelty of the majority, that could result in the discrimination. That could result in the discrimination. Coercion and at times even the killing of the religious minorities. Coercion means the force someone to do something. ബലപ്രയോഗത്തിലൂടെ കാര്യം സാധിച്ചെടുക്കുക. That is the coercion. The force someone to do something. The majority could quite easily prevent minorities from practice their religion. What will happen there? The majority could quite easily prevent the minorities from practicing their religion. Okay. We know that we already discussed one thing in case of Saudi Arabia, a Muslim country. That's why they are not ready to accept other religion like Hindu and a Christian. They are not ready to accept their own religious buildings like temples, churches, same as here. Listen, the majority could quite easily prevent minorities from practicing their religions. Any form of domination based on religion is in violation of the rights that a democratic society guarantees to each and every citizen, irrespective of their religion. Underline that. Listen, the majority could quite easily prevent minorities from practicing their religion. They can easily, they always forcing the minority, you want to accept our own beliefs. It is not allowed. Your beliefs, that is not allowed here. You want to follow or you want to obey our own rules or our own beliefs. Any form of domination based on religion is in violation of the rights. Any form of domination on the grounds of religion, that is the violation of the fundamental rights. In our case, because here existing fundamental rights, okay, it prevents something. We have some freedom. We can choose our own religious beliefs. We can practice our own beliefs. Nobody can obstruct that. If anybody try to violate this, we can approach the court because our fundamental rights supporting. Okay, then Any form of domination based on religion is in violation of the rights that a democratic society guarantees to each and every citizen irrespective of their religion. Therefore, the tyranny of the majority and the violation of the fundamental rights that can result is one reason why is it important to separate the state and religion in the democratic society. Listen, therefore the tyranny of the majority, the cruelty of the majority, the cruel behavior of the majority and the violation of the fundamental rights. Violation of the fundamental rights, the violation of the fundamental rights that can result what is one reason why is it important to separate the state and religion in the democratic society. Is it clear? On what basis here is religion separate from the state? What is the reason behind it? We want to avoid the tyranny of the majority groups. Okay. Another reason, it is the first reason. Then another reason that it is important to separate religion from the state in democratic societies is because we also need to protect the freedom of individual to exit from their religion. Another important thing, if we want to exit from our religion, suppose I am included in which category? Hindu. Then if I want to exit from my religion, I can accept another religion. That freedom also here is existing. Okay? I am not ready, I don't want that, but simply say that is included here is. Okay? Hear that. That means religious freedom existing. Here is no official religion. We can practice any religion. If we want to move our own religion to accept another religion, that also how. But here is no official religion. Can you follow my class? Okay. Then we also need to protect the freedom of individual to exit from their religion, embrace another religion, or have the freedom to interpret religious teaching differently. Okay, religious teaching, embrace and here is embrace another religion or have the freedom to interpret. Listen, then we can accept what are the important things from the another religion. We know that here is different beliefs. Each religion have their own sacred text. Each text included there is some important contents. നല്ല നല്ല വസ്തുതകളുണ്ട്. ബൈബിളിലാവട്ടെ, ഖുറാനിലാവട്ടെ, ഭഗവത്ഗീതയിലാവട്ടെ, എല്ലാത്തിലും നല്ല നല്ല വചനങ്ങളുണ്ട്. If we want to accept, we can accept that. That is not a problem. Okay. Then you might feel that you dislike this practice within Hinduism and therefore you want to try and reform it. Listen, you might feel that you dislike the practice within Hinduism. If you feel any practicing that is you feel dislike, ഇഷ്ടമാവാത്ത എന്തെങ്കിലും പ്രവൃത്തി ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, okay, what happened here? Then we can dislike the practice within Hinduism, therefore you want to try and reform it. Try and reform. Reform means change it. No problem. However, if state power were the hands of those Hindu who support untouchability, then do you think that you would have an easy task to try and change this? Listen, however, adhe samay, that is the meaning of however. If state power were in the hands of those Hindu who support untouchability, then do you think that you would have an easy task to try and change this? Okay, here is some bad practices existed ancient time, earlier times, like untouchability, but now completely eradicated or abolished or avoided from here. What is the reason behind it? Because here is existing secularism. At the same time, here existing secularism, is it possible? You just think about, no, impossible. What is the reason? Because Hinduism, that is the official religion, that is the reason they are not ready to change anything. But now here is a secularism, that's why they are ready to change or reform it. Then Hindus who support untouchability, then do you want to? Then would have easy task to try and change this. Even if you were part of the dominant religious group, you might face a lot of resistance from fellow members of your community. These members who have control of state power might say that there is only one interpretation of Hinduism and that you do not have the freedom to interpret this differently. Listen, even if you were part of the dominant religious group, then another thing, even if you are part of the dominant religious group, you might face a lot of resistance from fellow members of your community. A lot of resistance, ഒരുപാട് എതിർപ്പുകൾ ഫേസ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വന്നു. These members who have control of state power might say that there is only one interpretation of Hinduism and that you do not have the freedom to interpret this differently. Okay, we can't tolerate that. Listen, our country's speciality here is existing secularism. That means religion separate from the state power that support everything. That means we have here is a religious freedom. Okay, if here is accepted the official religion, that is affected our life. Okay, then today we discussed what is that understanding secularism. Then firstly we started some examples. Through examples we reach what is secularism. Then we understood what is secularism. What is secularism? Say. Okay, secularism, that is the separation of religion from the state. On the basis of this statement, there is one question arises: why is it important to separate the religion from the state? Here certain answers included to this related to this question. We understood everything. It is very good. It is supported to us. That's why we want to keep this. Okay, children, you want to read this 3 times and also want to study the important things. Okay, to be continued on next class. Thank you.